Hey y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push the post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. All right, you guys. So, I know I say this in every video. I think that's just a part of my setup. I don't know why I say it, but we are going to jump right into things, okay? So, the first thing that we are going to be discussing, hold on, is what's going on in Tennessee, okay? So it says the governor of Tennessee signed a sweeping bill into law that prohibits businesses from mandating the vaccination and imposes limits on schools, okay? We've got a couple of bullet points here. I'm going to skip through that. It says the Tennessee Governor Bill Lee this past Friday signed a bill into law that bans private businesses from requiring proof of vaccinations. The law goes into effect immediately and may go up against legal challenges, okay? Schools are also prohibited from mandating proof of vaccination under the law unless specific conditions are met. There must be at least 1,000 confirmed cases for every 100,000 residents within a 14-day period before schools and other government entities can require vaccinations or enforce mask wearing. Okay, the law could force some businesses to determine whether to abide by federal or state law. Under a mandate from the Biden administration, the Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Administration requires employers with 100 or more employees to guarantee that the workers have received the vaccine or at least get tested weekly. Okay, a federal appeals court has temporarily stayed the mandate, which means none of that is active right now. The whole, if you have 100 or more employees, as of right now, they can't force anybody to get tested or be vaccinated. It says schools could also be caught between state and federal mandates. Sean Bradstead, I hope I said his name right, a spokesperson for the Metro Nashville Public Schools, told the Tennessean that system administrators were conflicted between federal and state mandates. Okay, our preference would be that MNPS could continue to keep students safe and make decisions based on facts and not politics. Okay, Metro schools always seek to follow the law. We do have concerns about conflicts between the state legislation and federal laws based on decisions in federal courts in each of the 3 grand divisions of the state. We anticipate that these concerns will be resolved in the courts as well. Okay, so far we've got Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Utah are all among the states contesting the legality of the federal vaccination mandate, which has created an uproar, they're saying, among Republican politicians across the country. More than half of all U.S. states have so far filed or joined lawsuits in opposition to the mandate. The law still allows private business to enforce mask mandates, okay? I thought that was definitely interesting. Now, one thing that I did want to say, which I've said to you guys before on this channel, I'm pro-choice. That's just what it is. I'm just pro-choice. We're going to leave it at that because I'm not anti anything. I'm pro-choice, meaning I just believe that we should have a choice. And I don't think that trading one means for another is necessarily giving us a choice. And what I mean by that, like this, if you don't get vaccinated in some places, or at least before they state the motion or state the ruling or the mandates or whatever you call it, if you didn't get vaccinated, there's a possibility that if you quit or was terminated based upon that, then you wouldn't be able to get unemployment benefits. I remember saying this in a previous video that a governor of one state, I can't remember what state it was, but that governor is fighting for the fact that he feels that if you get terminated from your job because you did not want to get the vaccine, he still thinks that you should be able to receive unemployment benefits. And I have to say that I agree. Again, I don't think that you should trade one for the other. You're telling me that if I don't do what you want me to do, then I can't get a paycheck. And if I don't get a paycheck, then how can I take care of myself and my family, right? So I definitely don't agree with that. However, the one thing that I do agree with is a mask mandate. To be perfectly honest, I'm a bit of a germaphobe. I'm just going to say that. So realistically, I probably would have worn masks prior to the pandemic just because people don't have common sense. People don't use their common sense, and some people just really don't care. This is outside of the pandemic. People just don't care. Even now that there's a pandemic going on, I find myself, I said I'm going to get a t-shirt and put on the back of it, please back your ass up, back up, because people will still, like when I'm waiting in the line at a store, they're like literally just about shoulder to shoulder with me. Like, why are you so close? You know what I mean? Without a pandemic, I don't like I don't like anybody that close to me. I don't know you. I don't know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, energetically, physically, mentally. I don't want none of that to jump off on me and then I take that home with me, if that makes any sense. So I would have to say that the only thing that I am not for is people not wearing a mask. I definitely think that people need to wear a mask, whether you're vaccinated or not, whether you think that you are Superman and you are immune to every possible disease and illness in the world or not. I still think that everybody needs to be vaccinated, okay? Because the reality is, and I've said this before, there's just so many people in our population, there's so many people in the world that cannot take the vaccine because they really do have immune suppressed issues going on with their body that would prohibit them from being able to even have the choice to say, yeah, I want to take this vaccine. So for that reason, we need to be mindful and considerate that we don't live in this world alone, and people need to wear their mask. I mean, like I said, people don't have common sense. I've told you guys, I've seen people going into public restrooms, use the bathroom, and don't wash their hands and walk out. I don't care if you got the biggest bottle of sanitizer in your car. You need to wash your hands before you leave the bathroom and then sanitize your hands in your car if that's what you want to do. That's what I do. But most people don't do that. So for that reason alone, I'm still very mask friendly, if that makes any sense. Continuing on with the same topic, it says California's parents hold a statewide sit out to protest the vaccine mandate for kids. Okay. 2 California mothers on Monday sent a message to our Governor Gavin Newsom amid a statewide school sit out to protest the vaccine mandate for their children. This represents across the entire state of California parents' opposition to being mandated to vaccinate their children in exchange for in-person learning. Okay. And I agree. This is what one of the mothers told. Her name, I think, is Laura Sextro, explaining why she's keeping her child from school for a day in protest. This is a demonstration of our opposition to the mandate as it applies to children K through 12. She also explained further that the vaccine mandate is an overreach. The mask and the vaccine mandates and teaching of critical race theory are galvanizing parents across the state, she added. Okay. I think this is the intersection point that brings parents together across the entire political spectrum. Again, I agree. Across the religious spectrum. Again, I agree somewhat on that. California became the first state to mandate vaccinations or testing for eligible children to attend in-person classes at public and private schools after our Governor Gavin Newsom signed the requirement on October the 1st. Students who don't comply will be required to do an independent study. There are medical and personal belief exemptions. Okay, news about the planned protest has spread on social media, with organizers suggesting that parents pull their children out of school and that teachers and staff who support the protest just stay home, just don't show up. I don't know how many people you're going to get to do that, because people been out of work and people need their money. So, I mean, a day is a day, but for somebody, a day of pay could be the difference between a light bill. You know what I mean? Having on lights, having their electricity or not. Newsom's plan will require students older than 12 to receive the vaccine in order to be able to attend class. This step would add the vaccine to the required list of childhood vaccinations required to attend school. I'm definitely against that. Like, seriously. So now you have to get it. You know what I mean? This is my thing. Everybody the thing that they're not talking about as much as I feel that they should is the fact that everybody's body doesn't react to everything the same. That's the reality of the situation. Whether you're a child, whether you're an adult, whether you're a senior citizen, your body is not going to react. There's plenty of people who have gotten the vaccine have had absolutely no issues. Hooray, hurrah for them. But there are people who have gotten the vaccine and have had some serious life-altering need to be taken care of in a facility for the rest of their life issues. Some have had somewhere in between, you know what I mean? A couple of side effects that lasted for maybe a week or two, and then it went away. But the fact of the matter is that these vaccines, among all of the other medications that they've created to treat human beings, are not one size fits all. And they're not talking about and not thinking about the fact that you're saying that if I don't give my child or take my child to get this, not knowing how it's going to affect their body, that now my child cannot attend in-person class. You know, I've already made that choice for my children. Ain't nobody going to school. I will teach you here at the house, okay? And I will sit up in front of this camera and continue to talk to you guys every day after I teach my kids and we do homework here, because this is ridiculous. But I'm going to jump off of that. Let's talk about something positive. Let's talk about something that's good. Let's talk about some money. Okay, so we got free $500 debit cards for use in local establishments that's being pushed. With the holiday season almost upon us, Republican senators are again batting for the issuance of $500 debit cards to residents for use in local establishments in order to stimulate the island's moribund economy. Now, this is state specific. Earlier in the year, Senator James Moylan introduced Bill number 78-36, COR, which is cited as the Para y Publicu, PIP, I don't know if I said that right, Act of 2021. And the measure was co-sponsored by Senators Tony Atta and Chris Duenas. The legislation was a part of the Let's Get Guam, so this is for Guam, Moving Economic Recovery Initiatives. The objective of the PIP is to infuse the economy by providing qualified island residents with a $500 debit card. These cards would only be availed at local establishments and could not be utilized for online purchases. As we reach the holiday season, Moylan said there are several realities that our government must accept. First, thousands of island residents are still unemployed. The Federal Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, also known as the PUA program, has not been extended as of today. Okay. Hence, many families will experience serious financial challenges in the very near future if they aren't facing them already. This will spiral into adversely impacting the local economy, as traditional spending will be greatly reduced during what is traditionally a busy period for sales. There are no additional federal stimulus programs within the horizon. So you guys heard it in this article. Okay. So this I think the senator of this particular state, again, Guam or island or whatever you want to call it, is saying pretty much the same thing that a lot of politicians and a lot of people, civilians, have been saying. The reality is that we're not through the pandemic. There's a lot of people, not just in Guam, but a lot of people in general who had jobs prior to the pandemic and are not employed right now, who are suffering and struggling financially. They don't have the means to take care of their household. Like he said, the unemployment benefits have ceased to exist. They're not available anymore. So everybody who was receiving those benefits have to go back to the struggle. You know what I mean? I can go on and on about this. You guys already know how I feel about it, but it's just the fact that, again, what is the government doing? The reality is there are a lot of people that are still struggling. I still feel like they should. I agree with the $2,000 monthly stimulus. I know that they're getting ready to start that $1,000 stimulus in Los Angeles County to a few select people. I know that they have programs like that are kind of sprinkled across the U.S., but it's not enough. I feel like as a whole, the United States should have came together and said, hey, you know what? Maybe the Republicans don't want to give $2,000 a month, but can we give $1,000 a month to everybody who qualifies? Of course, if you are rich and wealthy, then you don't need it. But the same requirements that they put for the stimulus checks, they should put in place for the monthly stimulus checks and keep that going until they see all of the levels in the economy in terms of the spending, in terms of the leveling out of the cost of things that are still rising, the fact that people are still not making higher wages. Until all of that stuff kind of levels out, I do think that they should consider some type of monthly stimulus. But as you heard it here, that is not nowhere on the horizon. They're not even talking about that right now. Okay. It does go on to say, it would also keep the money on the island. Most importantly, as we enter the holiday season, it would assure that many more children would have gifts to open on Christmas morning. I'm not too worried about that. My kids know if we got it, we got it. But that is not the end of the world. So at the end of the day, I'm not concerned with no damn Christmas presents. I know that for some people that's important. And I'm not saying that you're wrong for feeling that way. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that when it comes to priorities in a situation like this, I teach my children even before the pandemic began that it's about prioritizing and what's important. Everybody has things that they want. You know what I mean? I want a big house, but if I can't afford it, then I need to prioritize. What can I get? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that everybody want to get, but we need to prioritize. So I definitely think that the government needs to sit down and have a conversation and not an argument and temper tantrums going back and forth about whose state is getting what they need. And you know what I mean? That if anything, bothers the crap out of me, because I don't even know how to explain what I'm saying, but the fact that one senator from one state will get mad, like a lot of these senators talk about what California is doing. It's basically Republican-led states that are against Democratic-led states. That's pretty much what it is, you guys. I'm stop talking about it because, you know, we're gonna move on. Moving along. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much it. I want to leave it there. You know what I mean? I try not to give you guys too much information in one day. We want to keep this going. I did check emergency SNAP maximum benefits for the month of November. There's nothing that has been approved as of yet for December. I can tell you that. I am looking. I'm on there every day. Believe it or not, I check a couple of times a day to make sure I haven't missed anything. So that way, if I didn't get a chance to tell you guys about it in the video, I will definitely leave a post. As of right now, let me refresh my screen just to make sure. It is currently 12:26 in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. So as of this time, in terms of the states that have been approved, not going to do the payout dates, but we have Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, DC, Georgia, Guam, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, the Virgin Islands, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Again, no states have been approved for December as of yet. And you guys know I'll let you know as soon as that happens. But that is all that I have for this video today. So as always, you guys, I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful to you guys. Do me a favor though, if you haven't already, definitely don't forget to smash that like button, because it really does help to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing and you want me to stick around. For those of you who have already subscribed to my new channel, again, thank you. For those of you who have not, I will leave the link to my new channel in the description box below. And I did just post a video today. The audio was a little messed up. I actually wore this mic that I have on and hooked it up to my camera, but I think that because I don't know the relationship between this particular microphone and that camera, it was just really loud. So every time I took a breath in between speaking, you can hear me go you know what I mean? Whereas in this one, I'm using the exact same mic, but you can't hear me doing that. It's not as noticeable. So I may have to change up the microphone that I'm using with that mic. So I just wanted to warn you guys, okay? I did scrap another video that I had recorded this weekend. It was a makeup tutorial, but that's okay because I'm going to do a makeup tutorial this week using a different microphone. But anyways, at any rate, you guys definitely don't forget to subscribe to my new channel. Remember to live, love, and elevate. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Peace, beautiful people.